Yo, yo, yo. Y'all already know what time it is. What's the word?
What's the word?
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and get into it.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all tapping in.
Yeah.
Enjoy y'all presence while we do this late night special. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah, my boy. Motherfucker. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So um you followed Colorado. What they said has been going on there and is supposedly gonna happen possibly.
Hey, bit. I been tapping in with the CEO.
So um the, the news stories are really conflicting. That's why it's kind of hard to follow it, but just from what I've gathered, it seems like the government's actually kind of known about this for a minute. And the only reason they're now actually doing something about it is because somebody posted a video of what's going on and it went viral.
Mm.
And then it made it onto the news. So now the government's like, oh shit. Now we kind of have to do something or else.
Got to do our jobs now.
Yeah, they basically they've been busted for letting basically an invasion of America happen.
Yeah.
That's
They known for invading shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if you really think about it, right?
yeah.
They known for invading shit. You feel me? Like
Oh yeah.
fucking
I think it's part of I think this shit's planned by the government and that's why they're not doing anything.
man,
But
like crack activity, dog.
oh yeah, CIA.
Playing, bro.
That was
Like,
all
that
CIA.
please go have something up their sleeve, bro. Like
They created that shit because of
hmm,
didn't they start that with a lot of I know a lot of it was like poor black communities. I heard a lot of it was also like Vietnam vets because they were already hooked on hard shit.
yeah, they
This
must be
was
shit out of the deal for them niggas to be able to stay the fuck
and then
away.
this was another way to keep them on drugs,
Mm-hmm.
so they wouldn't go and get fucking government benefits or try to or something.
Hey, bro, the government is fucked up. That's why I
But
don't trust them.
so like yeah, with what's going on in Aurora is they have Tren de Aragua from Venezuela, and they were a prison gang at first, but they got big enough to now they're what they call transnational when they have a presence in like several countries. They're big enough to where now like they basically have taken allegedly have taken over Aurora, Colorado, and allegedly have taken over. I think they said at least two apartment complexes. But there's a video where you see like three guys and like three of them or no, it's like four of them. Or okay, okay, five people. Like three of them have like pistols. One dude's got like a fucking long rifle.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The other dude's got like a bat, and they're going around busting the locks off of doors and harassing people. Like I heard at one of the complexes, and this one there's not any news stories about it. This was just I heard some guy say this on a video, but
Grapevine, got you.
he said they kicked out all the black people at one of the complexes because they thought they were all like rival gang members.
Get that by the bitch.
Yeah.
See, man.
And then
Me personally,
yeah.
nigga, y'all try to do that shit out here. It might be a different story. You feel me? Just play.
Oh yeah.
Niggas don't be playing that. Niggas don't be playing that. So like, you come out here with that rubber shit.
Like we may be a blue state also, but I don't think there's as many blue people here as they think. Blue
You
mean
know it
like
ain't that many.
Democrat.
Like, man, honestly, when it came down to the fucking elections, and you look at the map, like that bitch was red.
Well, you
That
remember
bitch was red.
you remember during COVID, fucking all the people here storming the Capitol trying to get into Whitmer's office.
Hey, man.
You remember that? Because it was like, and because which is crazy is like I don't even really know how Michigan is still considered like a Democrat state when it's like it really seems like they should call it almost. I don't really think Michigan should be classified as either one because it seems to be kind of almost kind of an equal mix of
Open party,
sides.
pretty much.
Yeah,
The open party. You might as well paint this bitch blue and red. Really,
I think it's
have it
mostly
half.
I want to say it's mostly considered Democrat just because Whitmer's Democrat. Like she's very Democrat, but
but we talking presidential. Like
yeah,
it was red last time.
Whitmer, yeah, yeah, that's the thing. We like Michigan tends to, especially like if it's a Republican candidate that's very liked, like Michigan usually will vote red for
That's because we're the working state, bro. Like we work.
yeah.
We're on the industrial fucking like we're on the industrial side of shit.
Well,
like,
any time a president does anything that's positive for the auto industry, Michigan's gonna vote for them because Detroit is the auto capital.
we the reason for auto, dog.
We're the auto like manufacturing capital like of the world in
That's what I'm
Detroit.
saying in Detroit. So that's what it's like, man, dog.
Like
When it comes to auto, we definitely coming in clutch.
yeah,
Because when we brought that bitch back officially,
yep,
and it came back, because you remember they did shut down for a while,
yep,
but they're back and shit.
yeah,
Honestly, I would say they got back.
yeah,
Towards the ending of Obama, really. Like, towards the ending.
yeah,
Not even like in the middle, no, in the ending, like
yeah,
last year, maybe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep that shit going.
Yeah. Oh, so back to the Colorado thing. So yeah. So apparently they're claiming that Trend Rog was there. That they've like taken over Aurora, taken over apartment complexes. You know, they kicked out all the black families, whatever, in one of them. And then I heard like in the other one, they kicked out like basically all the American people that were residents there. And then they moved in a bunch of illegal immigrants.
That's the thing black people is. We Americans too.
I No, that's not what I meant by that.
Oh,
No,
why
no,
why did you just say the Caucasian folks? Jesus.
I was referring to everybody when I said Americans.
How the fuck they get everybody up? Exactly.
I'm assuming. So from what I've heard, Aurora, Colorado is not exactly like the best place in Colorado. It's probably like in that area where those complexes are is kind of like the ghetto, and there's not really a lot of legal gun owners in that area. It's probably the case. I don't know for sure, but yeah, if you know anybody in Aurora, Colorado,
I know somebody who used to live in Aurora.
Definitely ask them about this and be like, hey, is there a gang there that's taken over the city?
I know he probably knows some people. So I mean, reach out to him and be like, hey, yo,
yeah, reach out to them, see if but the thing is some girl that apparently I guess lives there, or they're saying either she lives there, she might have been a resident of one of these buildings, or it could be the owner of the buildings. Apparently, she put a post out on TikTok, begging the Hells Angels to go there and help. So now there's all these videos popping up on like Twitter, TikTok, and all this stuff.
They're coming.
Yeah, saying that they're coming. All these videos of bikers gearing up and riding out, saying that they're going.
They're probably
there.
gearing up to go on a road trip. It's Labor Day weekend. Sure.
That's what most of it is. They've got some
festivities they got to get to.
So one of the big ones that I heard that made people think a lot of them were going to Aurora was they were
really out here with a badge on and shit.
They were going on some ride to meet some famous biker guy called Alien. And somebody posted it and accidentally added S after Alien. So they accidentally posted the Hells Angels are going to meet aliens. And apparently somebody saw that and thought that was somebody saying they're going to Aurora. And that started a lot of them. But at the same time, it's like there's a lot of people that know Hell's Angels or claim to that say no, they're not going out there. But there's also a lot of people saying yes, they are going out there.
Maybe it's like a small portion.
That's my guess. It's probably not all of them, or because there was another one that I heard. This guy was, I guess, part of it or something. But he said that Hell's Angels, like how each state has their own like chapter and president and whatever. they're not ruled by like a single, national government. Like they do have like national presidents, whatever, but it's not like they're not all unanimously ruled by a central body.
Person?
Yeah. So like from what I saw, they said if they are gonna go out and do something like that, so number one, they won't go out and do it because somebody posted on TikTok and asked them to. They would only go out and do something like that if Trendy or Rockwell did something to somebody that was either part of Hell's Angels or was like associated or friends with them or was like related to them.
Oh yeah.
So that's another thing. So like maybe the girl that posted it on TikTok could be related or associated with them. But
You never know.
yeah. But like I feel like they wouldn't really be advertising it if they were going out there.
Mm-hmm.
That could be why we're not seeing a lot of stuff from like them about it, why we're just seeing random videos popping up of big groups of them riding. But yeah. Um
I feel like, honestly, now I'm thinking about it.
yeah.
Any major shit that goes on, if they see a group of bikers, they always take a picture of just put them at the Hells Angels and never ever like fully fuck.
Yeah.
They never do their homework. Like it could be
They
people with
see
just Harley Davidson jackets on. You'll see like
exactly.
somebody be like, "It's the Hells Angels." No, it's just a group of friends getting
Right.
together and riding, bro. So
Well,
totally
there's so many groups that call themselves the one percenters because it's like so like with the biker culture, there's the idea of one percenters is that 99% of biker clubs are law-abiding citizens, and the 1% are like the
Yeah,
more
like,
criminal. Yeah, the more criminal gangs. That's your Hells Angels, your Outlaws, Vagos, Mongols, whatever. They're the 1% of the bikers that are outside of law.
hell yeah. You can't beat that shit.
Yeah, but I could only imagine. Can you imagine what would actually happen though if a bunch of Hell's Angels just pulled up in Aurora to go fight Venezuelan gangsters? It'd be fucking
I don't know.
insane,
You would have
bro.
to be there to see it. Honestly, like I don't even know how I could even imagine that, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I know it'd be a lot of motherfucking niggas dying though
Oh, fuck yeah.
on both sides. Not even.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Well, another thing a lot of people don't think about is a lot of Hell's Angels are military veterans. So they have now, like, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that, like, were in the military, especially, like the older ones. A lot of them were, like, fucking Vietnam, Iraq vets. Like, probably not as many Vietnam ones now, but, I mean, there's probably a lot in there that are, like, that were in Iraq and Afghanistan and they've experienced urban combat, which is what if they went to Aurora to clear out these gangs, that's exactly what it would be an urban combat scenario, which is probably what a majority of the veteran bikers are more than experienced in. So they probably wiped the floor with Tren de Aragua.
They'll lose some niggas, but they'll wipe them for sure.
Right.
They definitely lose some niggas. Man down for sure.
The thing is,
It's gonna be y'all numbers are gonna be lower than theirs, but still y'all gonna lose some niggas.
well, think about it. Tren de Aragua, none of those guys are military trained at all.
Mm.
None of them, like they probably a majority of them have probably never been in like a gun battle. And another thing that I saw about them is that they go, what do they call it? They go after soft targets. So Tren de Aragua wouldn't go after like, let's say like me, you, and Evan and Dave were out walking around. They probably wouldn't come after us because we're a group of men. But if we were all women, oh, instantly we'd be victims if we were in their area.
Hell yeah.
Or if we were elderly, we'd be victims. If we were children, we'd be victims. Like and then they also they go after. Apparently, they've targeted schools and churches.
That's where men are.
Like, but like they do it at the times that they know the men aren't going to be at these places.
Why the fuck would a man not be at a church?
I don't know.
When the fuck would there never be a man in the church? That is crazy. Unless
So
you're,
okay, hold on. Some churches,
unless they got like women's shit going on.
women's Bible studies and things like that.
Yeah.
They
I'm like, what
that's
would not be
they're
available?
targeting like things like that, or schools when like maybe they've studied like the people in the schools enough and been like,
Crazy.
and maybe they have a list of like these are the weaker men that work at the school, these are the stronger men. So go when these men are there.
No, the bitches are there.
Pretty much,
Those
yeah.
bitch ass men included.
Yeah. They probably got lists of like, who's the weak people, who's the strong people, and then they're like, all
I
right,
seen him
you guys are,
580. Don't mess with him.
yeah. But that's the problem with Tren de Aragua is they intentionally will only go after people weaker than them. They'll like if Hell's Angels showed up to face them, they would probably fucking fold like wet noodles and run.
Softer than wet Sean, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is some soft nigga shit. Sure. But hell yeah, man.
And if they got put in our prisons, you know how people treat those who target women and children and elderly.
Mhm.
They're not gonna have a good time.
Fuck, dog. Bro, all your motherfuckers be going crazy about that shit just cause, like, niggas got parents, niggas got daughters, niggas got nieces, all that type of shit. Like, niggas got some type of woman around them.
I think what is it like the majority of people in prison have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, man, people got women around them at all times. Like,
Yeah.
it don't matter, bro. Like, wives, the whole night. Like I said, there's a different aspect in their life that be like, nigga, unless they had a shit life for women, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but honestly, can't say I don't know anybody who's had like a shit life with women.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak from an experience either. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah. Hey man, let's talk about this conspiracy shit. This that midnight special type shit. Midnight special on a Sunday type shit. Let's get into these motherfuckers. Let's get into this shit, bro. Listen, let me tell you about the experience I just experienced. I mean, I told you earlier, but well, not earlier. Yesterday, I told you yesterday you were like partying. So I'm like, I don't think you really heard me like that.
I heard bits and pieces.
Yeah. So look, bro.
Yeah.
Me and Nicole, bro. We sit over on the motherfucking stupid.
Yeah.
And like, bro, there's like no wind going on, like no leaves are moving and no shit like that. Dead still. But like I look and I see like this like branch, this one singular like I'm talking about, how the branch and like there's like sub branches.
Yeah.
The sub branch was moving, right? And it's waving like this, bro. Like it's waving at me, bro. And I'm looking at that shit and I'm like, nah. Nicole, look at that shit.
Like the trees waving at you?
Yeah, bro. Like just the singular sub branch waving at me, bro. And all of a sudden, as soon as I go like this, say, "Hey, tree," it just stop. I'm like, "Hey, dog, you just seen that shit?" I said, "But did you just stop waving after you said hi to it?" I said, "Bruh, the trees are either coming to life or it's a motherfucking fairy." And then Nicole's like, "We're fairy pixie shit." I'm like,
Yeah,
bro.
Aren't pixies kind of the evil version of fairies?
Yeah, diabolical. You know,
Yeah, like tricksters.
like fuck that. Don't play with my top.
Which is kind of like so it's like like what imps are, little demons. That's probably what pixies are.
Pretty much.
Maybe fairies to some extent, or fairies could be just a type of angel, really tiny or something when we see it. But I don't know.
You gotta have good and bad, man.
They could, they could pretty much take any form, but we have to see a fairy being one of them.
Bro, big fat. Like, dog, that shit blew my top though. Cause I'm like, the motherfucker, like I'm literally like, I'm talking about for 2 minutes straight. This motherfucker,
Yeah.
even in the wind. Not even no wind. Not even no wind. That's what's bugging me. There's no fucking wind. How is everything moving?
Right.
And then like motherfucking, I'm like, what if? Because look, bro, over in that area, always deers, you got fucking all the animals just chilling there, bro. And they just look like they in their own fucking world, but they happy about it. I'm like, bro, what if these niggas in a different realm while in this realm? That'd be some crazy shit.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
if that point right there
yeah.
is an access point?
Yeah.
Need to go find a major. Open that shit.
What we gotta do is like, okay, so get two people, right? Tie them each to the end of a rope.
Yep.
Where one person hold on to something really tight, the other person walks into it to see if they know something. Hopefully the person's really good at holding on and doesn't get sucked in too, if it's real.
I can't.
You see him like you see him like lifted up in the air and he's like holding on to the pole and he's like I can't keep it going.
That pole gonna come out the ground.
Yeah.
You know how many people that smack that? I'm like, bro, like literally, that motherfucker the pole because it's sitting at like a 90-degree angle for the last like week, and they just put that bitch back up to 60.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
I feel like there's a few like street signs and stuff around here too. It's matched like they're upright like that, whatever, and then they're like smashed almost all the way down.
And below my
City does nothing.
below my top end, like there's still so much bullshit destruction around Kalamazoo. And it's like, damn, they'll probably never fix it.
Yeah.
Like, all the
what the
that
thing
way.
is though is like Kalamazoo
United fuck bridge.
Kalamazoo and Portage, there's probably a lot of job opportunities for construction right now.
You know it is, man. You know, bro, it's construction season, man.
Because that was
As soon as it get hot out, you see the orange vest.
yeah.
Orange and yellow vest in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
A
There-
green one.
Oh yeah, the cult members, according to that guy.
Jesus, man, dog. Yeah, dog. That dude's fucking
I-
violent. Like,
I don't know what happened to him. He kind of just
the government got him, bro.
yeah, the cult got him.
They said you talking too much.
Probably in his mind, he probably thinks he probably just got picked up and taken to jail again.
That nigga probably sitting in a cell right now,
Yeah.
eating 3 square meals a day.
Well, somebody
He probably ain't eating shit because he seemed like a crackhead.
yeah, well he posted something on Facebook and it was a video of him like not like arguing with his grandma, but it was her like kicking him out because I guess he was like there somewhere and apparently because he was like risking getting kicked out having him there, so she's like you gotta go. You know, she's like, I'm 80 something years old, I can't be homeless.
Yeah, no.
And like he posted on there, look at her kicking me out. She's part of the cult, man. And like, just went on a whole rant. But like, and then he tagged some like random girl on it. And like, and apparently she like, it was some girl that like didn't even know who he was, had like no connection with him whatsoever. And he posted this long comment on there. She's like, I don't even know why you're tagging me in this. She's like, I have no idea who you are. She's like, but I just went through your whole page because when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? She's like, you are definitely schizophrenic or have some kind of severe mental something that makes you hallucinate. She's like, you think everybody who disagrees with you is a cult member.
Yeah.
You think,
Well, I said he's a crackhead.
yeah, she's like, you think anybody who wants to punish you for anything or judges you is a cult member, and like, and then she's like, you accuse random people you've never even met of being cult members, and she's like, you try to ruin people's lives, even though it doesn't work, because he's like, but it's like, yeah, she's like, you she's like, you got to be like fucking schizophrenic or severe
Gotta be.
bipolar,
Gotta be.
something.
Gotta be, bro. Like, I really dived into his page and I'm like,
Just yeah,
I think you're a crackhead.
yeah.
Or he's schizophrenic. That's how we're looking at it now. Like, it's just something, bro. It's
I
something
don't
not
know why
clicking.
I thought that said the Ford for some reason, and I was like, what? Then I saw it said Tay Ford.
Yeah. Nah, man, but fucking that shit funny as hell, bro.
Yeah,
That shit funny as hell. That's how I tapped into this shit. Then I was just looking at shit like,
yeah,
you would be great. Right. Yeah, nah, man. Fucking trying to keep fucking appreciate you. Nah, bro. Fucking that shit just blows my top.
yeah,
I was laughing.
yeah.
But I told you, that's why I was like, I ain't never heard of this shit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's something that big. Like,
I feel
yo,
like
it's the talk of the town, just minimal people talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, especially if it was something that was like, uh, if it was something that was like at such high levels of government like that, like he was saying, like it would be more than just him that would know about it.
Hell yeah.
You like because that was another thing is he would just kind of act like he's like he's the one guy that escaped and he's the one guy who knows about it and is somehow able to post on Facebook and say everything about them and never get caught and it's like something that powerful you wouldn't even be able to make a phone call to somebody and mention it if
Yeah,
it was
no,
something that powerful
hell no.
like
That's all my like,
but that was
buddy.
but like to him that was how it was like he thought everywhere he went he was being followed by these people and it's like that's got to be that'd be miserable to live like that
Bro, it couldn't be me.
honestly.
Could not be me. Fucking, and all that. Like I said, I looked down this shit and I realized, yo, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck is the disconnect, but there's
Well,
a disconnect between you and reality.
Well, and apparently a lot of the stuff with when he thought that the cops were following him for no reason. Apparently the cops were kind of following him, but it wasn't because it wasn't because they were cult members. It was because he apparently had a warrant 4 years ago that I guess was still active because it was like a felony for something to do with domestic abuse.
See?
And I think what it was
Like, you
like
gonna bring so much shit to yourself, dumbass.
right. But I think what it was like they probably weren't 100% sure if it was him. And it's like there's only really so much so like without like a positive ID,
Yeah.
you can't go like I don't know. Maybe with like no probable cause or something, you might be able to go like pick somebody up and bring them to a jail to ID them, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's a whole process to it. It's really hard to do.
Bro. Yeah, no, I feel like personally, you can't do that shit. You gotta have some type of reason to stop a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You just have stop. You just stop people. You ain't gonna get too far on your job. Your job's not gonna get done for shit.
You know how many people get pissed and like sue police stations when they get stopped and the reason the cop stops them? You fit a description. Like I'd be pissed if I got stopped and they told me that.
Bro, it's some dumb shit, bro. Like, dog. Yeah, nah. I've been in a situation like that. It's like, bro, that shit fucking is stupid.
Yeah.
This like, dog, you told me some shit that like, nigga, it don't even pertain to me. Like, how the fuck you figure come stop me though? Like, make it make sense, my guy. It don't make sense to me. Why you gotta stop me from my good old fuck?
Because I
Talk about some shit like that.
yeah.
And I'm not even a part of the motherfucking problem. Like, I'm a solution because you ain't gotta do paperwork.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you gotta motherfucking stop me. Apparently, you didn't even have to do that, but
Yeah. Dude, there's like, you know how many like innocent people are in like prison just because of shit like that? Like there's some I read where some guard had they had a guy in there and he was like, so this dude was like, God, 60 or 70 something, and was in and he was a lifer. He got picked up in like the 70s or the 80s for murder, and like the guards like he's like, I'm suspicious of this whole guy's case because he's like, I read the original like murder case that he was convicted for, and they're like the guy that did the murder was, you know, a dark skinned older black guy, whatever, but this guy was younger and light skinned.
Yeah, no.
And the only reason they picked him up was because he was a black man who happened to be driving around in that area.
Right. DWB, dog.
And it was like an hour after it happened. Yeah. He just happened to be driving around, and because it was like the 70s and 80s, and it was in the fucking ghetto somewhere, they picked him up, and because they didn't want to have to do the fucking manhunt of looking for the guy that actually did it.
Person.
Yeah, they just decided to convict him so they could fucking be a hero for the news.
Like, dog, it ain't. Like, dog, man. If you ain't never known, if you ain't never tapped in, case called Central Park 5.
Was that the 5 like teenagers that got like wrongfully accused of like
Rape.
Yeah.
And then years later, come to find out, I don't even know.
None of them had
None of
anything
them.
to do with it.
None of them. And it's like, damn, bro, you took away their whole innocence, their whole life.
Right.
You took away their whole everything because you
Yeah.
didn't want to do your job right. Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's like well, and you look at some states and like kind of more like the deep south, like, you know, that shit still happens in some of them places because like,
Bro, they still got sundown towns. I mean, everywhere got a sundown town.
well, you remember I know it's a funny video, but it's like there's probably people that get wrongfully convicted just because of how the culture is. But you remember a video where like this black dude's in like, it's somewhere in like Alabama, I think,
Mhm.
but he's in the convenience store just walking from aisle to aisle, and he's like, watch this. And you see the fucking cashier following him from aisle to aisle. He's the big fat white guy. But it's like, can you imagine like just how much shit they have to go through, like with the cops, and it's like if they ever get arrested for something they didn't do, like, can you imagine like if it's just like that in the stories, imagine how their legal system is.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You know that happens frequently. Me, right? It happens here. What do you mean? It happens everywhere. That's not just a really bad thing. No, that's a really bad thing. Every fucking. I've
I'm
done
not
been.
saying it doesn't happen.
We've been racially profiled numerous places, bro. Like, but yeah, you're right. Down south is probably berserk mode for sure.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, fuck yeah. You said, can I imagine? I go through it. What do you mean? I don't have to imagine. I understand that struggle
Right.
for sure. Like, that's one struggle I for sure understand. It's like, dog, honestly, it's at a point now. It's like, dog, it's tiring. You know what I'm saying? It's tiring because it's like, nigga, why do I have to be a law-abiding citizen if the law don't give two shits about me?
Yeah.
Why do I have to abide by your shit? You ain't gonna respect me at the end of the day. If they say it's a dreadhead out there and some shit pops off and he's in a fucking, I don't know, a Mercury or a Sable, you feel me?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if I drive by that area, they're gonna stop.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
real quick, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, we heard there was a guy with dreads." Like, you gotta like literally, you have to like at some points, you gotta do their job for them clearly, because it's like, why do I have to say in an instance like, well, give me a description of them, because like honestly, it doesn't make sense why you're stopping me if I'm over here trying to do this. You feel me?
Yeah.
And get down to a point of this, bro. Like that shit tiring as fuck, bro. Like that shit gets tiring.
Something that's like kind of random that I noticed, but
Hmm.
so you know when people are describing somebody, they never say the race if it's a white person.
Bro, I know, right?
They're like, oh, it was a guy wearing a red shirt. But if it was like,
It was African dude.
yeah, they'd be, oh, it was a black guy wearing it was an Asian guy.
Latino.
Like
It was a
I
Latino
don't know.
dude.
I don't know why people do that, but I noticed that so much just in like even everyday conversations. Like
That's
even just
because
at work when
they feel as if don't say their race, will point everybody else out. Because I feel like if you just say American, they're just gonna think white. You feel me?
yeah,
They don't
Yeah.
think. Oh well, there's other shades of American out there. No, they're just thinking, oh, it's just white people. You dig me?
yeah,
Like that should be the craziest shit, bro. That'd be the
Yeah.
craziest shit. Motherfucking God, fuck that shit. At the
And I
end of
don't-
the day.
I don't know if it's like I don't know if all say
Bro, I got baked. Yeah, no, man. You know, it's funny when people be like, "Can you imagine?" I don't even have to imagine.
So is
man.
it
I'll be
but-
on it.
so for you personally? 'Cause I'm sure you probably notice that too when you really mention the race when it's something.
Yeah, bro. That's
So
because
for you, like, do you notice that it's only really white people that do that, or do you think like, or do you notice other like races mentioned like when?
oh no,
Do you
if
think
they're talking, they saying white person, black person,
Yeah,
Mexican person, like you know what I'm saying? Like if other races are talking about other races, they definitely refer to race as the race color.
but like if they're talking about a white person, like they will say it's a white guy, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Versus like a white person will be like, oh, it was a guy in a whatever. Because like that, like I don't know.
It was a guy or whatever.
Like it's a guy because so I just hear like at work when somebody's talking about what somebody looks like, they're like, hey, do you know Ray or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know who Ray is. They're like, oh, he's wearing a black shirt and glasses. But then they're like, well, hey, do you know this person? I'm like, well, they look like, well, he's a black guy and wears this. And
Yeah.
it's like, why do you got to point out the race when it's somebody who's not white? But then they never say the race when it's a white person. Like that's what I've noticed. And it's just,
Man, bro, I've
It's
never
weird.
understood it. I've never understood it. Me personally, I say every color. Like fuck that shit. I'll be like white person, black person. You know, if you're mixed, I'm gonna be like mixed
Yeah.
person, Mexican. I'm gonna call you Mexican.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And I know there's like some people like they say, so I get where they're coming from, but like you seen like I think it's like Morgan Freeman when he's like how he's kind of like stop saying the race, but at the same time,
How we gonna know who we talking about?
exactly that was my thing with it. It's like I can kind of so I can understand for like let's say it was like solving a crime and you need to know exactly what somebody looked like. I can understand
Point the
saying
motherfucking race out.
yeah, something
Please.
like that. Yeah.
Please.
But like, if it's something where it's not really like necessary to just randomly point out that they're a black guy or they're a Mexican guy, like it's just I don't see the need to like only point it out when it's something other than a white person. It's just weird.
You know what I'm saying?
People are weird.
Somebody rob your house and you see who they is, and you talking to your homie.
Right,
Be like, this what he look like, homie.
right. Point out his race if it's
That was a white
like
boy. Come on, big man. I'll be like that. And then if the motherfucker gets to talking and they sound British, oh, that motherfucker from the UK. He not even from here.
Yeah.
That nigga drink tea all day.
Yeah.
That's it. If it's a nigga,
Yeah.
that black ass bitch
Yeah.
nigga.
Oh, so I don't know why I thought of this, but it's really off topic. But here Israel, like they just started having big protests today in um, Tel Aviv. So they had so okay, Israel rescued their first hostage, I guess, earlier this week, and here's the thing: the hostage ended up being an Arab Palestinian. It was rescued by IDF, and all the Jewish people were celebrating that he was rescued, which is like completely against Palestine's narrative that the Jews hate them. But here's all of Israel celebrating that they rescued, an Arab Muslim from Hamas. But I guess I think it was today or yesterday, they just found like one of the American hostages and like five of the Jewish or Palestinian whatever ones were all found dead, and they were all Hamas hostages. So there's a bunch of people protesting right now that are like demanding a ceasefire, and they're like, and the thing is like uh that's kind of like what some of the pro-Palestine people would ever say that they're protesting for is the ceasefire, but it's like the problem is fucking Hamas, which they govern Palestine, so
Like,
politically
that before that, yeah.
yeah, politically Hamas is Palestine, so like
Yeah.
they're the only ones like they've been disagreeing and attacking. Like Israel had like two peace talks just this past week, tried to hold them, and Hamas attacked. Like they not only did they not show up to either one, but they did like a suicide bombing on the first one, and then on the second one, they fucking had I think it was like Lebanon or Hezbollah or somebody had them attack Israel.
Like, that's how it goes.
And of course,
Like, that's how it's been all the time, though.
and then, yeah,
Like, that's never going to change.
but what made it a bigger deal though was they had the U.S. What was it, the Secretary of State or something.
Mm-hmm.
They had him like in the building that they tried to bomb.
I mean, dumbass, why would you go out there, man? It's a war zone.
Because they needed him there to mediate the peace talks, apparently.
Fuck. Send a soldier. They got mediators, so they signed up for this shit.
That's part of Secretary of State's job.
Yeah, bro, that's the shittiest
He's
shit.
serving a mediator.
Bro, honestly, I could never not be me.
But that's why they're so high up on the. So, about like what is it called? I think they call it the chain of command for like the presidency. So if something happens to the president, the VP moves up. But like Secretary of State's pretty high up on that list.
Not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Yeah, I think statistically, yeah, they said being like a high-ranking American politician or like the U.S. president is like, well, especially U.S. president, I think they said is like statistically like one of, if not like the most dangerous jobs in the world, just because like they get it from well, like there's a very low number of people that have actually been the president. You got to think about it. We're only at what 45 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're 46.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's next will be 47. But it's like you got to think about how many people have been like the two terms. Because if Trump wins in 2024, he'll be the 45th, 47. So there's only like 40 some people I think that have been president altogether.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about how many of them were like assassinated or had assassination attempts, and any one of them having something happen makes the chance of dying on the job just spike. So like they said, like statistically, it's like probably like the most dangerous job to have in the world today, just because the risk of getting killed is so much higher than any other job.
Underwater rigging, it sounds like
Yeah,
that sounds pretty more dangerous. I don't know.
underwater welding.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The welding shit, like, bruh, that sounds way more oil. Not even just that. Even the oil rigs that are out there that like on the boat shit or on the
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those bitches are dangerous too.
One of my friends, he he was gonna do underwater welding for a little bit because it. But so he said that underwater welding, like so they pay amazing, like they pay like 100 grand a year or more.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's such a dangerous job that like
That come with a lot of risk of death.
yeah, well even if you don't die from the job,
Yeah.
just all the like chemicals and shit that you're exposed to, and because it's welding, like all the fumes, and then you're in the water, so you're getting so much like more of it. You're just constantly like
Breathing that shit.
yeah, it's going through
You're in a contained
it's going
spot.
through your skin. But he said it takes like 10 years off your life.
But give me.
Right.
Hey, you know who else is a dangerous job? The people who changes like the uh, it's like a bulb. It's
Electrician?
like no. I mean, electrician. That's dangerous. But like, no, the ones that only have to work like
Oh,
3 times a year.
are you talking about where they climb up the giant towers
Like the
and
hugest tower and change like a simple bulb.
you know why? I would do that job though.
Not me. It's a reason why they pay you that fucking much,
Right.
bro. They pay you. They pay you death money, bro. Like dead ass.
So yeah, you're probably up there like all day. You gotta think
Climbing.
yeah.
They used
Well,
to
then you
probably
gotta think about-
condition for like at least 6 months
Yeah.
conditioning, bro. Because like that's a lot of climbing, a lot of altitude changes. Like
Well, then you gotta think about it. When you're all done putting it in, you're like, time to go all the way back down.
like I could, it couldn't be me, dog. Like, that's crazy height. Like you know what other job I could never do, dog?
What's that?
Window washers. But I'm talking about the ones that be scaffolds.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, them scaffolds swaying and shit. It beat me. One wrong slip and your ass is fucked.
Yeah.
I'm talking like New York building scaffolds.
But they're like moving up in the like the giant office building.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. Could not be me. I'm not. You're not propelling me off this bitch. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm like
scaffold. Because what if that bitch break down?
yeah.
Then I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Windy day, I'm
Probably
fucked.
gotta bring like a helicopter to come get you.
Bruh. Something. And I'm like, dog, I don't trust that shit.
I think they have usually for a lot of those kind of machines that go up and down like that, they usually got like where like if it gets stuck like that, where you're just stuck up in the air, um, there's usually some kind of tool that they have that you have somebody on the ground that they stick it in something and it like forces it to just come down. It doesn't just come flying down, like it comes down really slow. But they have like a way to get around that if it stops while you're going up.
No,
They have somebody that sticks something in it and then it just
Ah.
starts going back down.
nah, bro. Just like I said, not a job for me. Feeding apes
Oh fuck no.
could not be me.
Do not work with apes. Like I've
That motherfucker be hanging.
so
I'm fucked.
yeah. I've I've heard horror stories about the shit that
You gotta raise that motherfucker from the ground up. Like that's the only way I can
well,
trust that
also,
motherfucker.
if you get attacked by like a chimpanzee or something, like dude, it's fucking horrifying what they can do.
They rip his face off.
Like I've seen a picture of somebody who
Ain't no cut, bro.
yeah, she was like she had to have like reconstructive surgery of like most of her body because she got ripped apart by a chimpanzee.
Yeah, no. Chimps ain't no.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no. Being a zookeeper for exotic animals like that, period. Not for me.
I would work with gorillas before I worked with chimpanzees.
I will work with none of those bitches. I say plain anyway. Fuck that. And on top of that, some of y'all niggas is kind of smart as shit.
here's the thing, Ralph. The Planet of the Apes happened, right?
We're done. We're cooked.
Initially, yeah, but so assuming they evolved like they believe humans did, the smarter they get, the bigger their brains get, they'll start to get weaker and become more like us, and then we'll start to get bigger. We'll probably become dumber and be like we'll probably become the apes, but we'll just be the
I don't want to be an ape.
yeah. But like yeah, like the smarter they would get, like the weaker their bodies would become.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be different if it's just based on the type of medicine they gave them in the movie that like repairs every cell. So it probably like just
Be done though.
yeah, it's probably like Captain America serum. So that probably made the apes stronger.
Yeah. You got any jobs you would never do?
Uh, yeah, definitely not working with apes. Jobs I would not do.
Yeah.
Uh, hmm,
I sweep shit before I fucking I sweep shit before I go work a job that's in the air. I'm just saying.
yeah. Trying to think. Um, probably any kind of like mining where you gotta go like underground into like the caves and shit. Just because the chances of that like
That's not-
collapsing in on you and shit.
It's not worth the money, bro. And on top of that, we seen how fucked up our grandparents got from that.
Yeah. Or uh, like like working in the sewers.
Nah, you couldn't pay me to work in the sewers either. No. You could pay me to pick trash up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be a garbage man. Sure.
Yeah, I could do garbage work.
But like fucking talking about going to sewer. Nah. Like, bruh, you heard about the catacombs? It's, it,
Yeah.
don't go and say it.
Oh yeah.
There's people that actually live down there. I said, there's people that actually live there?
Oh yeah. Dude,
What the fuck?
there's probably cold and stuff down there.
Like, dog, no cap. They said they've been down.
Have you seen the
They got maps of the shit. And I'm like,
you seen the
yeah,
video
okay.
of the guy that so they found a camera down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually still had the video of the person that dropped it, and it was like yeah, it was like a guy he was going through the catacombs and he was alone,
Mm-hmm.
and like he thought he knew where he was going because he's following these like arrows that are drawn on the wall. He thought it was a map telling him where to go. He didn't realize there's arrows drawn on like every fucking corner. So after a while, he's kind of like, oh shit, where was I? So when he's trying to go back, he can't figure out where the fuck he is, and like you start you start hearing voices and stuff in the background. You hear something like kind of like start running behind him, and his camera just drops, and you see the dude just take off sprinting.
There's fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck that, bro. 'Cause that's why I said, like, I'm not going. Never will go out there. That's why the main
yeah.
reason why I would never go in the sewers. Cause I'm like, I live in the sewers up.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's fucking like lizard people and shit. Like, cause I see one where they were in a sewer, and you see this like, it was, yeah, it looked like a fucking like lizard person with a big tail jumping across the thing into one of the tunnels, reptilian tunnels.
Fuck that. Couldn't pay me to work. Any job. I said,
Yeah.
fucking flight attendant, pilot. Fuck that. So I gotta look at the shit. Well, and I gotta be there over the shit. Nah, but
I'm like, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun to be a pilot. I used I used to love playing the flight simulator thing at the air zoo.
Now go be a pilot. You can pay, hey, bro. Bro, I'll do fucking train work any day.
Train work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you see, hop in the Dank Express,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Just
thought,
need to introduce that.
what is it?
We gotta write a proposal, dog.
What is it?
Dank Express.
Yeah.
Just have one little sub card
I just
where you
yeah.
can smoke your weed
Oh,
they
yeah.
going through the legal places.
I just thought of another job I would never do because I saw it on no, what's up, Tim?
Uh, uh, okay. I would do train work. What
Uh
if we made our own train?
saw one where it was on Dirty Jobs, but it like I don't remember who showed it to me, but like I just I couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a horse breeder, and just dude, it was just it was so fucked up, and I was like I could not do that. Like I don't care how much money is in that. I'm like I'm sorry, but you got to be into some weird shit to want to do that for a living.
Can't, can't do it.
Or
Not,
oh,
not, uh,
what's the doctors called that do like the um like like I gonna be like a butt doctor. I feel like you got to be into some
the
weird.
BBL doctor.
I feel like you got to be into some weird stuff to do that too.
Maybe they just like the profession of looking at butts.
I always hear the excuse. There's a lot of money in it.
There's a lot of money.
It's like yeah, but it's like I feel like just after 40 years of like doing that though, like I'm sorry, but something's there's got to be like you got to be into something weird if you can put up with that for 40 plus years.
Listen, man, I feel like not, not the doctor, you know? You know?
It's a job that needs to be done.
It's a job that's got to be done because there's a lot of
And
people
I could probably
moving
believe
themselves
some
that
people
would
it
want
is
to
a
do
money
it.
thing.
So I'm like, gotta have the man there to do it, you know? You gotta have him there.
It could be something that maybe after like enough time you just kind of like get used to it and you're just like yeah whatever.
Yeah, it's just a butt now. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess
but
there's probably doctors that just do the job because yeah, it's good money, and then by that point, 40 years in, you gotta think they
yeah,
was already making good money since day one.
yeah,
So what do you think in 40 years they're gonna be making?
right. You're 40 years like a lot of them they probably like can have their own practice and
That's what I'm saying. They probably got their own shit now.
like full building and
They probably do their own BBLs. You know what I mean? They got their own BBL station that they own now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like, you know, there's a lot of money in that shit. But once you own that bitch, you probably
yeah,
not even own that bitch. You probably get motherfucking commission just for motherfucking getting the BBL clients in. I'm just saying, bro.
yeah,
That's a lot of money if they
yeah.
go about it the right way. You know what I'm saying? If they go over to like that third world country shit. I've seen a lot of botched ones for sure.
Oh yeah,
So I wouldn't recommend it.
yeah.
Would not recommend at all.
I don't really get like why people do like plastic surgery or stuff like that in the first place.
I feel like that's what you want to do.
Or-
It's you, dog. It's
yeah,
me, man. Not me. I ain't doing it.
right.
You do it. Your body, your choice, man. I guess that's how it works.
And I don't agree with the people that say that like oh their workplace should have to pay for them, to go get plastic surgery or whatever. And it's like I'm
If
sorry,
it's not a work accident that needed plastic surgery, then I don't
right.
feel like
Well, my thing is if it's not like a necessary medical procedure, like if it's just something elective like that, I'm sorry, but your employer should not be required to cover it if it's not something that's like a necessary thing.
so. Look, right. I'll give the motherfucking. I'll give the AOK right. If it
Yeah,
was a situation where your ass got fucked up at work. You feel me? I feel like that's the only way possible. You can get that. they should be paying for that.
Yeah.
If it's something
Well,
you just want to do,
that's a necessary one.
if you motherfucker, if you do it
Yeah.
just because on the women you just want it, nah, I mean like you should pay.
Right.
You want to do it, you
Yeah.
pay for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck that. I'd be like, I know it's expensive, but you want it.
Right.
So what
Like
you want?
if it's not something that like you need to have, if it's like yeah, if they're injured at work, absolutely. Like
All big.
I think legally,
Get
like
that free BBL, but
I think legally they're supposed to cover it anyway if you get required at work or if you get injured at work, they're already legally required to pay for it. Most places are at least.
that's for that workers' comp.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Well, like so. Okay, so the um like with Welch's,
Mhm.
we had one of my coworkers. He hurt his ankle on one of the pallets or something there, but he had to go to the hospital. And like the way it worked was like they they paid like the hospital bill, but he didn't get workers' comp because he went home and had a beer and smoked a joint before he went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The beer wasn't a big deal, but what made it a big deal was he was only 20. And he went to the hospital and he had weed and beer in his system. And they were already like, no, weed. So he didn't get his workman's comp. And they were like, they fired him. And like, they actually almost hired him back because like, I think it's kind of dumb. They're trying to fire me for drinking outside of work. But it was a big deal because he was under 21. And also because, but it was also because of the weed, and they don't allow it there. They drug test for weed there.
Bro, it makes fucking sense for sure. Now what's your 21 buck up?
Right. But they're like, if he would have been 21, like they probably wouldn't have even gave a shit about the weed, and they would have just like, and if it would have just been like he had like fucking 0.02 alcohol because he had one beer before because that's all it was like he went home and like drank a beer and then went to the hospital.
Why you gonna drink a beer and go to the hospital?
He didn't think he was going to be tested for it.
You about to do workers' comp. You know you got to motherfucker get tested.
But he's only 20. He didn't think by it.
Makes sense though, man. 20, I wasn't thinking about that shit either, but hey, gotta teach him. Young, bro.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Ninja Tim is back in Michigan.
I got slide on that for sure.
Man,
I come see
the
the
legend. Wait, hold on. Let me read it. The man, the myth, the legend, the ninja.
Timski.
The Timski.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm ready to fuck it. I'm ready to fuck it. One day on a lot of land, dog.
Yeah.
I need like start with 10. Then work my way up to
Acres.
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So then we can build so much shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a Lego land in that motherfucker.
Yeah. Live like a little town, kind of.
But I was thinking more like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Something. But yeah, that's what I meant. Something.
Hell yeah. With 100 acres.
Yeah.
So like, we Gucci.
Yeah.
You gotta walk miles just to get down to that 100 mark. That's what it's gonna be. Fuck.
But yeah, you could probably, if it's 100 acres, like, you probably like turn some of it into hunting land and like just hunt for food.
Bro, be done though with the fucking industries.
Have turn some of it into like farmland. Get like some cows and shit. Yeah.
I hate the smell of cows.
Not my almost got cows. They're not.
You drive through the country, it's like straight cow shit. Like cow manure.
It's well where he's at. It's because he's like the only person in his area that has them, and he only has two of them. Like you actually don't really smell them.
Is he raising them to eat them?
Yeah.
That's my name.
Yeah, but yeah, like he's the only person like in his area that has them, and he has like two of them. So like you actually really don't smell anything.
Damn.
It's when it's a big farm that has a bunch of them. That's when you smell it.
Hella.
Yeah, the ones that like especially when they make like manure and shit like that. Yeah, but
I
if
mean,
it's
damn. They be killing a car.
yeah, but if it's just like one person raising one or two to eat them,
Hell yeah.
like they're cleaning up the shit all the time, so it's like it's not like it's gonna really be there to leave an odor all the time. Versus if it was a big farm, it's gonna be everywhere, and it's like steeped into so much stuff that even if you deep clean the place, it probably still smell like
Not like that shit. And, not everybody is cow cook.
yeah. I was reading so no, it's actually per year it is cheaper to have a horse than a car.
That's what you say.
Yes, until it gets sick. But that's it's when you look 12 gauge, you go like,
What you got?
what?
Horses on tap?
What?
You got horses on tap? Just be like, all right, buddy.
Well,
Get you
because
down.
because like so a horse only costs like they said only costs about $2 a day to feed a horse because they really don't eat like I mean they do eat a lot, but it's like they can eat mostly grass and get most of what they need from that and like but like apparently horse food isn't I guess super expensive and it's probably more than $2 a day. It's probably closer to like, given how the economy is,
This has got to be.
I'm gonna guess it's probably closer to like maybe a day. I don't know, but
It's fun.
I don't know. It's but because it was written in like it was from like last year that the thing that I read about it. They said it was only like about $2 a day for the food, and like and a lot of people buy it in bulk, so they're not really paying like the full price. So they're probably really paying less than $2 a day to feed them.
I'm not that sister.
Uh,
How much you pay to feed your horse?
yeah,
Because she got
but
horses. So
this could be somebody who's full of shit at the same time because it was just somebody who posted online about it. So take it with a grain of salt, but I've read that it's cheaper every year to have a horse than it is to have a car. And if that's true, we should yeah, we should
I
switch
mean,
to horses.
we'd have to like go to like a country town.
Yeah,
where
we'd
it's
have,
all
we'd have to
grass.
live somewhere where we can do it.
We can't. We're gonna have to like really start our own business and put it on the land, honestly, because like
Yeah.
let's be real.
If I had a way to do it, like if I lived somewhere where it was kind of all like country places like that, and you could ride a horse into town, like yeah, I would just say screw having a car, and I would just have a horse.
Dirt road.
Like I would have I'd probably have like two horses.
Yeah,
And
you just gotta do that fucking hook cleaning.
yeah, horseshoes.
Not
That's another thing, but uh, yeah, I think they said even that's like not as like expensive as they make it out to be, but it's probably like
this economy of boosted.
yeah, that's the thing is like farmers have really gotten fucked in this economy. Like, cause I saw something about that too. They said it's like how they'll have millions in equipment, land, houses, but I read that like all that shit is owned by the bank. Yeah.
You gotta hate that shit.
That's probably why they're working. That makes sense. Why? Sorry, what were you saying?
Nah, go ahead. I was taking it.
I was gonna say that's probably why so many farms have hire like immigrants to work for them because they're in so much debt to the bank that they can hire these illegal immigrants and pay them under the table lower wages. Not like insanely low to where it's just like justifiable to pay that, but they could probably pay them fucking $8 or $9 an hour instead of the 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They do that thing. Making it.
yeah, but they do that so they can avoid paying all the taxes and stuff. Then they can make that extra money to try and pay the bank back to try and pay off their debt so they can actually own some of that stuff because
Exactly.
there's
Only way you getting away with owning a farm, if that shit just sucks. Is you literally bought something outright.
yeah
That's the only way you get away with that shit.
yeah
That you bought all that shit, bought the land, bought the pig,
yeah
bought all that shit outright.
yeah
That's all yours. Yeah, it's not the big can do what you do.
yeah like that's why like I don't know like I just so badly I want to move out of this apartment
Mm-hmm.
and do get a fucking house out in the country, get like even if it's like just 2 or 3 acres, I don't even care. I just want some land that can be mine. I think they said for having a horse, I think they said like I guess the minimum's like an acre and a half. But that's why like I want to get like 2 or 3. But so I can have like a horse. And then um but also I want to be able to like grow my own food, like just grow my own vegetables, food, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Have like an apple tree or something out there, some shit. If it's just me living out there, I don't need to grow like a giant farm. I just need something to take care of myself and future family, whatever.
Oh, yeah, bro. For the future thinking you gotta do
Yeah,
this economy, dog.
yeah,
They're fucking me, bro. Oh, yeah, dog. Fuck. You know, bro, I heard they told a lot of farmers or went to a lot of farmers
yeah,
farms, the
yeah,
dairy farm,
yeah,
threw away like so much fucking product.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck, they're gonna do that.
So speaking of speaking of farms, you're about even fucking over Amish farms.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, you know how like they got like what's it, USDA?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like the OSHA for farms.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they, I guess, have been like kind of breaking their rules a little bit
Okay.
to go after Amish farms because you know the Amish don't follow any of their rules. The Amish follow their own set of rules. They do stuff like the way they did back in like the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, the main thing is that Amish people drink raw milk, where we drink milk that's processed and yeah, it's put through a bunch of stuff to be cleaned and um, they grew up drinking raw milk, but the difference between it is that like if we were to drink like a glass of their milk, like there's really high chance we could get sick and die from it because there's bacteria in it from the cows because it's raw milk. It's not filtered and cleaned at all. But for them, they grew up drinking it, so their immune system's built for that.
They built for that shit. They're
Yeah.
different.
And I've seen videos where they drink our milk and they're like, that tastes so weird. But like, yeah, you see them drinking their stuff, but they're like, we can't drink it because we could die just from having like a glass of it because it's got uh whatever the bacteria from like cow poop and stuff is, E. coli, whatever.
Mhm.
I think it's something like that. Some type of E. coli, I guess, is like there's a really high um, chance of that being in raw milk.
Gross.
Yeah,
You know, I'm good.
yeah.
I'd rather drink myself too quickly.
But they were going after Amish farmers because they were selling it at like markets. But the thing that's fucked up is like in their markets when they're selling it, they're just selling it to other Amish people. So it's like I don't really see why USDA's issue, but
Okay.
what got the USDA what got the USDA drawn into it was I guess some people that were visiting an Amish community decided to buy some of their milk. I guess they got really sick from it and they went to the USDA, so they're like, all right, we got to go after the Amish now. But like, I don't think it really went anywhere. So it's like legally there's not really much they can do because of religious rights, and if they're just selling it amongst themselves, like it's not really hurting anybody. And it was kind of on the people that like they were
Should have never
probably
drank that shit. Everybody knows.
they were probably told, hey, this shit's raw. Dude, it's probably like fucking vegans thinking that,
Oh, every time.
yeah,
No, you won't.
or well, probably not vegans because I don't think they drink milk. Probably like I don't know. It's probably hippies that thought they were like being closer to nature or something by drinking that shit.
No, don't drink that. Not good to be. They can drink that. That's their milk.
Right. They're built for that.
They built different. We're not. Tell you. Things to say, my name. What? Die on me, thing. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Tapping in next week. Got y'all with some more fun, cool stuff we got going on. Until then, we'll see you later. And like we always say, what's the word?
The word.